Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Lorelei Shamayo. This is the MeWe Metaphysics and Wellness Fairs for energizing body, mind, heart, and soul. We have events throughout the Northwest and many online, and we interview our practitioners and vendors so you get a chance to know who we are before you meet us at an event. I'm excited to be here today interviewing Heidi Stock. Heidi, it's lovely to be with you.
Hi, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
So tell us, what is it that you do? What do you offer at our events?
So I consider myself a manifestation coach. I sell things related to manifestation. If you're not familiar with manifestation, it's using your energy and the energy around us to guide your path in the direction you'd like to go. So I have things like spell jars where you can manifest on a individual level with different components that have different metaphysical properties. But I also have things like bath teas, so you can take a purposeful and meaningful bath, or even drinking teas. It's everything to go towards having a more purposeful and intentional lifestyle so that you're not just coasting.
Great, great. And feel free to mention any other different types of products and things like that that you have as we go along the way. And I'm so curious,
Sure.
like, how did you get started doing this, and how did you choose to offer these products? And
Okay, so it's interesting because I didn't realize, but apparently I've been doing craft things my whole life. My mom does a bunch of stuff. I mean, I remember sitting in church looking at our deacon and being like, wow, his aura is off today, but not really putting together what we were doing. um, and so outside of that, my friends finally pointed out to me that the things I'm doing for myself are helpful to them. And I've always wanted a job where I can help people. And I worked in sales up until this point, and it wasn't a great match for me. And so getting to do something a little more social, something that I feel really strongly about, where I can just help people take control of their lives, help people choose the energy they want in their life, and get rid of the stuff they don't.
mm, great, it's great. And so you teach people how to use all these tools as well, right?
Yes, I do. I actually run small and large manifestation groups. The large groups are generally held at a facility and maybe with people you would or wouldn't know, but small groups can be personal, and it can be just the client and their group of friends, or any like-minded individuals they want to share the time with. And then we would do stuff like well, it kind of depends on the circumstance, but generally we go through something where we do chakra clearing and yoga. Then we begin our manifestation process, and we usually end our process with tarot reading, but mainly to help you further guide that manifestation process, just see if there's anything that we missed while we were doing the rest of our stuff.
Oh, great. So you do tarot readings too? You teach
I
people to do
do,
tarot?
yes. Yes, and I do teach people to do tarot. I really like tarot. It's actually one of the things I'm least familiar with in my life story here. I've only been doing tarot for 6 years, but I found it incredibly powerful. It helps you see patterns in new ways. I love teaching people to harness that power too, because it really does make you look at your life in a way you wouldn't expect, make connections you might not draw otherwise. So yeah, I think it's really powerful, and I think it's really helpful to someone who's searching. If you're somebody who's looking for answers, someone who's looking for their path, someone who just needs clarification on mundane things, tarot can be just a very powerful tool.
Great, it's great. So I imagine some people come to you because they're interested in your products, and some are interested in learning more about your products and the methods that you teach, and so all kinds of different things. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. At the events, it's great. I get a time to connect with people. We can get people signed up for events, or I can just explain to them some of the processes I have available for sale on the table. So I'll have smudge kits where you can get sage and abalone shells and frankincense, and clean your space before you start manifestation, which I think is a great practice for people, especially if they're just beginning and they don't have their own, altar or workspace. I also sell travel altar kits. So if you want to take your craft on the go, you can have all the stuff you need to do that effectively. I also another product I think people really like that kind of combines both the practitioner side and the vendor side is called a beautiful energy kit. And in the beautiful energy kits, I offer things for essential oils so that you can have a smell triggered to your manifestation, because it's a really powerful brain training tool. And it also has jewelry with, actually, this is a piece of the jewelry that I sell.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, as I say, this one is a blue gold stone, but they all have different metaphysical properties, as I'm sure you're aware. But I think that sometimes wearing it can be a talisman effect. So every time you touch your stone or hold your stone, you remember what energy and what power you've placed on it aside from its metaphysical properties. So those are always really interesting, great conversations to have with people to see, what they've assigned their jewelry.
Mhm. Great, great. Well, if people want to learn more about you, find out more about your products, where do they find you on the web?
So I do have my own website. It's www.wisewolfcraft.com. I also am on Instagram at wisewolfcraft. I guess there's no .com to that one. And then I just started my Facebook account. So I also have Facebook, and it's also Wise Wolf Craft. So if you'd like to do any purchasing or scheduling would be done through Instagram on my messaging. You can message me there directly, or you can leave a comment on my website. You can also purchase through my website, but I don't have purchasing set up on Instagram quite yet.
Great. Well, thank you so much. It's been lovely connecting with you. I'm excited about more people experiencing your products and all of the things that you teach and share. Well, thanks so much
Thank you.
for,
I'm really excited to talk to you too. This has been great.
you're welcome. All right, great. And for all of you watching and listening, you can learn about more about all of our events and our practitioners and vendors at mewefairs.com, MEWEFAIRS.com. See you soon.